Today we're going to be creating a graphic organizer about digital literacy. So digital literacy, if you go to your Schoology group and you open up the OneNote notebook that I had you guys work with last week. So I'm going to go all the way down. Here's my group. I'm going to go all the way down and I'm going to click on OneNote class notebook. It might ask you to sign in, it might not, depends on how it's feeling at the moment. So once you have it open, on the left-hand side, you should have a new tab called Digital Literacy. And inside Digital Literacy is a digital literacy graphic. Digital literacy is basically the 8 different things that you see here working together to make it so that you can complete projects and work using the best tool available to you. So you're going to learn a whole bunch of different tools and softwares and things of how to do things so that when you are presented with a problem, you will be able to solve it using whatever is best for you. So we're going to leave this open. We're going to go down here to the search bar and we're going to type in the word Word. And we are going to open up the app. It's a blue app. If you're going to pin it to the taskbar, go ahead and right click and say pin to taskbar. Inside here, we're going to go to blank document. And we're going to do a couple things to get started first. First, we're going to go to layout across the top here, and we're going to go to orientation, landscape. The next, we're going to click on margins and go to narrow so that we have a bigger area to work with. Now we're going to go to the Insert tab because we need to insert a text box. And that's exactly what it is it's a box that you can take and you can move it around. See, when I put my cursor right on the outside of the box, it turns into 4. It will turn into 4 arrows and then I can take and move it around. All graphic organizers need to have a title. So we're going to click on the inside and it should all highlight, or you can click and drag to highlight, and we're going to call it Digital Literacy. And now we're going to highlight it, and then if you go right up here to where it says Word Art Styles, I will let you choose whichever one you would like to choose. So whichever one makes sense to you, what do you like? That one's very cool, and what you can do is you can change the color of it if that's what you want. All right, so once we've done that, we're going to go to home and I'm going to make it bigger. You can make it whatever size as long as I'll be able to read it, and I'll change the font. Now the last thing is do you see how there's a box around this, and it kind of is distracting. I mean, if it was centered, it might be better, and you can center it by just clicking in there and then centering it, so it does look better, but I'd rather have no box whatsoever. So if you select the box and go to Shape Format and go to Shape Outline and say No Outline, you now have a box that you can move around and it can go wherever you need it to go, but it doesn't look like a box. So I'm just going to leave that there in the middle. All right, so digital graphic organizer. In the center is digital literacy. Don't know why that did that, but okay, is digital literacy. So we're going to go back to Word, and we're going to go to insert a shape. And for this shape, I will go with a cloud. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm just going to put this there. And now to write inside of it, you need to right click and say add text. You now get a flashing cursor. And so we're going to call this digital literacy. And I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to make it a little bigger. We want it to look good. There's a reason for doing this. All right, and let's just assume we don't want the cloud to be blue. If you select the cloud and go up here to shape format, I can change the color of the cloud. All right, so there you go. All right, so now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles that go around digital literacy. So we are going to go back to Word, and we're going to insert a shape. And I'm going to go ahead and use, I guess you can use the oval, or you can make the oval a circle. So I'm going to make a circle, and don't like that color, so we're going to go ahead and make it yellow. Now we'll right click on the inside and say add text. And one of the first ones is e-safety. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go and type in e-safety. You can't read that, so I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to go to Home, and we'll go with person. Oh, look at there, I spelled it wrong because I couldn't see it. Safety. All right. We'll make it bigger. You can play around with it, whatever you want it to be. All right, so now we can take this and we can copy and paste it. So we're going to go with our vocab words this week, and we're going to go to Control C and then Control V. And then we're going to move that one over there, and then we're going to do it again. So I'm going to put my 8. Five, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so now I've got 8. However, they're not really, they don't have arrows, they're not connecting, they're not showing any kind of relationship, and that's what a digital literacy one does. So I will go to insert a shape, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to use my arrow. Insert shape, arrow. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can change the color if that's what you want to do. So you have to do that for all of them so that they're all showing relationships. And you need to change the names of each one of these. So if this one is e-safety, the next one would be functional skills. So we're going to go back to Word. And we're going to change this next one to functional skills. Okay, way too big. So if I hit Control A, whoops, sorry, wrong one. Control A, it'll highlight it all and we can make it smaller. So you need to change all of these and put in all of the arrows. Once you're done, restart the video. Should all be done. You should have a title. You should have your 8 different circles. You should have all of your arrows. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to make it visual. Graphic organizers is about visual things, so we're going to add a picture. So what you need to do is you go to Insert, Picture, and we're going to go ahead to go to Online Pictures, and I will type in the word think, and it will come up. Now, not all of these pictures will work, so if they don't work for some reason, just go ahead and delete it and try a different one. So if you click on it, it will come in. They'll come in really big, so you need to take and click on the. Okay, and then the next thing so that you can move it around is you have to click on this layout options, and we're going to click in front of text. And once you do that, then you can move it around to whatever it is you want to put it near. So I'm going to put this one here, and then I will go back and I'm going to insert picture and find collaboration. You have to do at least 4 pictures. If you do more than 4 pictures, I will give you a point of extra credit for each one. So once I've done that, you have to add the arrows for each one of them also. And to do that, in case you forget, you go to Insert Shapes, and you can choose whichever one you want it to be. You can change the color of them, and you can change the size, etc. So when you are done, you have to have a title, you have to have digital literacy in the center, you have to have the 8 different circles or parts of digital literacy with the arrows, and you have to have at least 4 pictures with arrows that can be around. Anything over 4 will be extra credit. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know or ask me.